Hello guys, on the Gamers Recap on Anything podcast. This is episode 3, season 1. If you guys are new, do me a favor, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, and this is your host, Slow10, and today's episode is going to be on the Red Army. 10 facts about the Soviet armed forces, and that's just what we are going to be talking about today. So, yeah. You guys have any articles or ideas, let me know in the comments on YouTube and anywhere you want. So, yeah. Social medias are all in the description. And let's get started. So, we got this cool looking photo. Alright. First paragraph. The Red Army was the main military force of the Soviet Union. Established in January 1918 by Bolsheviks as the workers. I think I completely blew that name off, but anyway, and presents the Red Army. Well, they didn't put the, I just added that. Okay, it revealed that rivaled what was collectively known as the White Army during the Russian Civil War. Goodness gracious, I can't speak today. Alright, so, it was established in 1918. It wasn't called the Red Army at that time. It's called the White Army. We're going to find out why it was called the Red Army. And probably in this next paragraph. Not too sure. During World War II, it consulted the largest of the Allied land forces in Europe. And it was the Red Army, which captured the Nazi capital Berlin in 1945. Thereafter, until the Soviet Union's dissolution, and oh my gosh, I cannot speak today. In 1991, the Red Army was the chief enforcer of communists. God dang, what the heck? I cannot pronounce some of these words today. Rule from the Adriatic and to the Arctic. It was officially renamed the Soviet Army in 1946. Here are 10 facts about the Red Army. Okay, so actually, that was just a little recap, I guess, about it. I know, by the way, warning ahead, I am very bad at reading, so don't judge too much. That's probably just the dyslexia part of me. But anyway, I'm not going to watch that latest video. Okay, so we're going to skip that. Okay, this is apparently chapter 1. Article 1. Paragraph 1. Whatever. Okay. So the Red Army was founded by Leon, I'm not going to say his last name because I know I'm going to screw that up, as People's Commissioner for for Military and Naval Affairs from 1918 to 1924. Leon was in charge of the Red Army during the Russian Civil War. The conflict followed the overflow of the Russian mercenary, god dang, what the frick is wrong with me, and the professional government in 1917. Leon reassigned the forces after suffering losses to an anti-chemist Winters. Whites, what? Okay. The volunteers, Red Guards, were transformed into an army composed at first solely of workers, and then also of royal presidency moderatory conscription made the Red Army bigger. Though related on Kornskin, hostage-taking, and exchanges. Okay, well, that was the end of that. Why did it end right there on exchanges? Anyway, number 2. Discipline in the Red Army was strict. Discipline in the Red Army was uncompensating and subservience to particle leadership. was deeply engaged. The Red Army's reputation for severity is impelled by Joseph Order number 277 during World War II. Popularized as the Not One Step Back Order, it was indicted to ensure observance among Red Army units. Following the heavy losses of the first year of this war with Germany, it increased the use of potential balloon. What the heck am I saying? Platoons, which was sent on suicide missions and mandatory summary execution. Goodness, for unauthorized retreats. Okay, execution for unauthorized retreats. So they was basically like what was it called that the U.S. had. We was like I don't know. Why did I say wait? They was like the ones in charge army. They were the ones that cleaned up the other people's messes, pretty much. It's what they were used for. They were also used to take down any witnesses of a unauthorized, which means they wasn't supposed to do, retreats. So that's pretty good. I guess pretty good 2 paragraphs so far. All right. Let's get to the paragraph 3. The Red Army's officers' corps was strictly purged before World War II. Okay. Purged? What? Purged? Why purged? Anyway, the Red Army's officer corps was determined by Stanley's in 1937. Purge, which therefore potentially opponents for his leadership. 8 Red Army generals were found guilty of plotting to betray the Soviet Union, and executed, and more were dismissed or sent to forced labor camps. The result was a reduction in morale and performance. On the eve of the 1941 German invasion of the Soviet Union. Okay, why do these paragraphs end like this? Okay, anyway, going to 4 now. Paragraph number 4. The Red Army's victory on the Eastern Front was deceived. For over 4 years and across a front line over 1,000 miles long, the Red Army resisted and then turned back the German forces during the war on the Eastern Front. The great majority of the Army military casualties can be attributed to the I said it right the first time. Anyway, to their battles with the Red Army, in which nearly 4 million German troops died. 4 million German troops died? Holy. To bolster the Red Army's chances of resisting the German invasion of the Soviet Union, the U.S. started shipping military supplies to the Soviet Union. In the summer of 1941, over $11 billion of military aid flowed to the USSR during the war. Embarked by Dodge trucks and locomotives and canned rations. This was aid for which the Red Army paid in blood, so Stanley believed. Okay? That's a nice little photo there. By the way, if you guys are wondering what photos and stuff that you guys are hearing me talk about, make sure you check out my YouTube channel, Slopton Reacts Plus More. That is also where this podcast is uploaded on, and you get a full video of what I'm reading. If I mispronounced words or anything, at least you guys would see what I was saying. So, yeah. The Red Army captured Berlin. The Nazi captured capital of Berlin was captured by the Red Army in April 1945. Having advanced hundreds of miles in the preceding months, the Red Army resumed their offensive on 16th April on 2nd May. The city's garrison surrendered. 2.5 million Red Army troops were involved in the Battle of Berlin, and Soviet prestige was busted by the military achievements of defeating the Germans. But the battle is also nutritious for the mass recap and murder that took place in the aftermath of fighting. The Red Army was this is paragraph 6, by the way. The Red Army was regarded as an opposer as well as a liberator. In parts of Europe, the Red Army was seen as the liberator of the continent. And I'm not saying that word because I'm not gonna say it. You guys can look on YouTube to see what it was. It's I believe a Russian word. I'm not too sure. People embraced marching Soviet soldiers in northern Norway. Fishers and their families praised the Red Army with banners. Yet in areas occupied by the Red Army, there was also crude and brutal repercussions. Massacres and artilleries committed by the Red Army affected millions of families. They created an empire of terror, which underestimated, oh my god, I cannot speak, the Soviet ability to govern in Eastern Europe. In the territories through which the Red Army had advanced, millions of Germans were expelled. Got some awesome looking pictures again. Okay, paragraph number 7. Man, I'm actually flying through this a little faster than I normally do. Alright, the Red Army's invasion of Merchanta? It's another weird word I can't say. Hesitated Japan's surrender. So Japan was about to surrender to the Red Army? Excuse me? Exactly 3 months after the end of the war in Europe, the Red Army led a surprise invasion of Japanese-occupied Northeast Asia. Their swift victories left Japan exposed while revealing that the Soviets would not mediate an annihilated peace, with the Allies contributing to the Japanese decision to surrender unconditionally. Number 8. The Red Army was the largest at the end of World War II. Wait, the Red Army was the largest army at the end of World War II? I thought the United States was, but apparently I was wrong. By the end of World War II, many feared the vast forces of the Red Army. In terms of numbers, it was superior to all others before peacetime. Demobilization reduced its numbers to around 3 million by 1948. The Red Army had reached a high of 12 million troops in 1945. For the remainder of the USSR, the size of its army typically remained between 4 and 5 million. Wow, so they had 12 million soldiers. That's a lot. That's more people that's in New York City, I believe. 12 million soldiers in one army. Now, that how the heck did I'm telling you, one person controlled the whole army. How did one person control 12 million people? Of course, he had generals probably with each little tiny group of Red Army, but 12 million. They didn't have nobody that was gonna try to attack them back. You know what I mean? Like they didn't have no traitors or something. 12 million people. That is a lot of soldiers. A lot. That's a lot. Paragraph number 9. The Red Army at first regarded ranks and officers as imperialist legacies. The early Red Army rejects the use of professional officer corps. Regarding it as an integrative of tourism, the bullocks, why am I trying to pronounce that? Anyway, preferred the use of the word commander in place of officer, and also preferred fictional titles in sample amnesia. Modifications to the system took place so that the Red Army's organization gradually resonated that of the Imperial Russian's army. From 1943, officers ranked were officially engrossed in addition to exploits. I don't know how to say that word. I'm sorry. Which reminded in use of the rotation of the USSR. Okay, so they didn't really use the word officer. Instead, they used the word commander. Okay, so they changed the ranks from a regular army. So we're now on our last paragraph. If you guys haven't already, hit that follow for me. Hit that subscribe with the bell if you're on YouTube. And like I said, if you guys do enjoy this podcast, do me a favor and rate it a 5 out of 5 stars or whatever. You don't have to. But it just lets me know that you guys are enjoying it. Number 10. The Red Army was destroyed and renewed twice during World War II. The scale of warfare and loss on the Eastern Front of World War II was spectacular. At the outbreak of war, 6 million Germans and Soviet soldiers prepared to exchange fire. By 1943, 11 million soldiers were fighting at any one time. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I said. I said it right. Okay. By December 1941, the Red Army had lost 4.5 million men, almost an entire pre-war army. As Catherine Martindale writes in Ivan's War, the Red Army at war 1939 through 45 was processed would be repeated as another generation was called up, cremated into uniform, and killed, captured, or wounded beyond recovery. And all the Red Army was destroyed and renewed at least twice in the cause of this war. So they said they lost 4.5 million men. Why? How? 4.5? Does that mean that they lost men that they don't know is dead, or 4.5 million? No, never mind. I'm thinking of half for some reason, actually. Total number of German Jews had undistributed who died in Holocaust, 165,000. Okay, so I think that's the end of that's the end of this. So stay tuned, because next episode I am going to try to get a couple of my YouTuber friends on a podcast together, and I'm going to be interviewing them, see what they think of YouTube and what they think of their careers. Now, keep in mind that some of my YouTube friends are kind of low on subscribers, so don't expect too much from them. And I got a couple of YouTube friends that is actually got a good many subscribers, but I don't think he will, or they will, sorry, because I got a couple. They will do this, but I'm gonna try. But most of the time, my friends are like a little lower subscribers than what I have, so they're not going to be like a big YouTubers. So please don't expect big YouTubers to be on this channel unless I actually could get a hold of some. But I'm going to be doing some interviews with them soon, and they're probably going to ask me a few questions, which I'm willing to hear. And if any of them are watching this podcast, stay tuned for a message in Discord. And this is your host signing off on another great podcast. Stay awesome, everyone, and game on. Peace out. Money Squad for life. Hello guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out all the other ones and click subscribe and check out the other 2 videos. Peace out guys. Bye.